Headlines read, Bob Arum says Inoue versus Nakatani will be a bigger fight than Canelo and Crawford. That's a real fight. That's a real fight, according to Bob Arum. Now we know the obvious reason why Bob Arum is more invested in Inoue versus Nakatani. He promotes them or co-promotes them. And when it comes to Canelo and Crawford, he has no skin in the game. But there is another reason why Bob Arum says this. And let's hear Bob's explanation why Inoue versus Nakatani is a real fight and the bigger fight than Canelo and Crawford. I don't own the rights to this content. It's for educational purposes only. Let's hear what Bob has to say, and I will respond.
Terence and Canelo.
If they're each going to fight, really fight, I think it's terrific. It's very interesting. But again, if I had to pay money to watch that fight, I wouldn't do it because Canelo has shown in his last few fights that he's just a businessman. He's not in there to entertain the public. He just takes the big check. But again, if Canelo really fights, because I think it's safe to say Terence always fights. He doesn't know anything else. So then it could be a very good, interesting fight.
Nakatani versus Inoue is projected to go down next year. You know, you got some of these American boxer fans talking about this fight should be in America. No way. This fight is going to be huge in Tokyo, Japan. And it might be bigger than Terence Crawford and Canelo in Tokyo. Of course, Canelo and Crawford are going to be big in the United States. And if I'm being honest, I'm going to think Nakatani and Inoue will be a more entertaining, more action-packed fight. I think Canelo and Crawford is going to be more of a chess match. At least half of the fight will be a chess match. And this is what Bob Arum was talking about. He says, what Canelo is going to show up? Because not just him, as a couple of other people think Canelo has fallen off. Canelo does not want to fight anymore. He just want to collect checks. And that's what Bob Arum was talking about. He's like, which Canelo is going to show up? Is he going to show up to fight? Or are we going to get Canelo the businessman who does enough to win the fight? Meaning the fight won't be very exciting. It'll be more like an exhibition match. And this is according to Bob Arum and some Canelo fans. If you look at the YTBC, I'm very observant. I see these guys slowly transitioning from Canelo fans to David Benavidez fans because they feel like Canelo is on his last leg and they need another fighter to cling on. This is why it does not pay off to be a fanboy of a boxer. You should be a fanboy of the sport. And these are content creators that trashed David Benavidez for the last 3 years, now trying to turn around and be on his team. We'll talk about this in another video. But my personal opinion, I like both fights. I do think Nakatani and Inoue is going to be more entertaining. But I do think Canelo will rise to the occasion. We will not see the same Canelo we saw against School or Berlinga. I think this will bring the juices out in Canelo and we'll have a great fight. A fight that I was against before, and I will admit it, I was one of the guys that was against it because I wanted to see David Benavidez. Which reminds me, Bruce Wayne brought some interesting points about that fight, but we'll talk about that later. But anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Do you think Inoue versus Nakatani is a bigger fight than Crawford and Canelo? Beezy, I'm gone.